This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
I've got an awesome dude with us today, Dan Kuschell. He is a husband, a dad, a serial entrepreneur, founder and CEO of Breakthrough 3X. Helps businesses get unstuck, connect the dots. Take me into some smaller moments, like what's it like, and do you get better at it when you're going through kind of the wreckage or things aren't what you thought they'd be, and what do you do? What are those small moments like? Because I think our character and our growth is made in those small moments in consistency and what we learn from those.
Yes, and I think the best way, Derek, that I can probably describe and paint a picture is just share a quick story.
Please.
Right, that is huge and small at the same time. And for someone new, if you're listening right now or you're watching right now, and if you can tune into this and not make the mistake I did, it will transform the way you build anything in the future. Build a life, build a marriage, build being a parent, and also building being a business owner, entrepreneur, founder, creator, all those sorts of things. So I was a couple decades into building my businesses, and I had a couple that were really thriving. We had grown it to almost 200 employees. So wow. As you're listening or watching, just imagine it. You build like basically your dream world in a lot of ways.
Right.
And you build up to 200 employees. You're doing millions a month in business, and you have a very good culture. Things are going really solid. And you have a 2-year-old daughter at the time, and you have a son who's just born. And you wake up one morning, and you have some chest pain. And, what would you do? So for me, what I did in that moment, Derek, is I picked up the phone, I called my doctor, and I said, hey, I'm having some chest pain right now and short of breath. And he said, well, how serious is it? And I said, well, I feel like I'm okay. He goes, well, precautionary, can you get yourself to the hospital? And so long and the short, I end up, going to the hospital a few minutes away. I walk in and I, of course, don't tell the medical staff I'm having chest pains because that creates a lot of chaos.
Right.
So I downplay it and I go, hey, I'm having some chest tightness, a little short of breath, and I was in my 30s, by the way, right? And I sat down, and you can walk into an emergency room. I half expected I was going to be there 2.5 hours because there was a full room of people. I mean, it was wall to wall when I walked in that morning. And they say, go sit over there. We'll have someone with you shortly. And I was like, okay, it's going to be like 2.5 hours. I'll chill out. Next thing I know, like 3 minutes later, somebody walks over and she rolls a chair up. She puts the cuff on. She puts the stethoscope on, starts doing some stuff. And she goes, okay, follow me. Like 30 seconds later, she walks me around into a room and they get me on a gurney. Next thing you know, from my perspective, all hell breaks loose. They start putting diodes all over my body. They start doing all kinds of tests. Long and the short, I end up there in the hospital for 4 days and nights. On the third night, they let me know they want to do a heart procedure, a heart process, and I have to sign a disclaimer with this surgery that says I have a 1 in X chance of dying on the table.